Sean here, and today we're playing some Destiny beta. This is PvP on the control game type on a map I don't know the name of. This is basically domination from what I could tell, or at least that's what I was playing it as. But yeah, so okay, let's just get into it. I'm not going to make many people happy with this video, but I don't understand this game. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand any of it. Like, and that comes from a few different perspectives. Like, one, I don't understand what everyone is so excited about. Like, I was looking at Twitter last night, the first day, or the other day, the first day of the beta, whatever day that was, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's the greatest game ever. This is gonna be the best." Very similar to the reaction Titanfall got in beta and like its first week out, and then no one talked about Titanfall again. So, hey. But, like, everyone was really pumped, and when I played the alpha, I never even played the PvP part. I played that first, like, mission thing they sent you on. I was bored to tears, and I never wanted to play again. I was just like, alright, whatever. So, this time, you had to get to level 5, I think, or at least that's what I was told, to get to the PvP, so to be able to play, like, you know, kind of a normal online shooter multiplayer thing. So, you had to go through the other stuff. And the other stuff is like, it's like a weird cross between MMO bullshit and a single player game. And I didn't enjoy myself at all. Like, it was very much felt like I was grinding for XP so I could hit level 5. Or so I could unlock the mission that was the level 5 mission, so I could fucking get the array up or whatever the fuck I was doing and then be done with it. Like, I don't understand what this game is. Is it like a weird MMO thing that you play with friends of... I don't know what I'm doing. I don't get this game. I don't understand what we're doing. Like, what is this game? It's like, basically the single player campaign takes place in a multiplayer server. That's what I gathered. And then on top of that, this multiplayer PvP whatever the hell. Yeah. Okay. This is a thing. This exists. Does it deserve to exist? Not from what I played. This thing, what is the point in this? I'm describing it on Twitter as bad Halo on Battlefield's maps, basically. The maps are ginormous. You could fucking land a plane, a few of them on this map. There is plenty of room for that. I don't know what this game is. I'm not getting it. I have not grasped it. Just like in Titanfall where I was like, okay, we're shooting a bunch of bots. Why is this fun? Who is having fun? Where is the fun? This thing... I've got people in their freaking vehicles floating around doing all whatever the hell they're doing, and that was entertaining. I'm pretty sure the majority of times that I'm killed by vehicles. Other times, I'm shooting people directly in the face, they don't seem to care, or like, I feel like I shot first and I shot the most, but they killed me. Okay, you'll see that later on. The maps are so huge, no one wants to play the objective, no one cares about the flags and the control points, no one's worried about that, because the maps are so huge, it would take you a week to get there. They have these, like, minigun turret things set up on the outer edges, so people just kind of go camp out over there and do nothing, so that's good, cool. What is this fucking game? I feel like half the time I was being shot in the back, because we're all just walking around aimlessly trying to find each other. That first, whatever that single player thing is, okay, I can shoot the AI bot people, but I don't want to. I don't care. The story I didn't even know what we were doing, honestly. I had to go get the thing so the array could be turned on or revived or whatever happened with the array. The array had something happen to it. There was an array and we needed it. Or something. But, like, I think 2 of the missions were like, okay, the ghost guy, which is like your pocket dude who flies around or whatever, you like take him out of your pants and throw him at shit, or whatever you do. He like would be scanning the thing or hacking the thing, or what the fuck he was supposed to be doing, and you had to defend him. And I'm not sure that you had to defend him so much as you had to not die. Because it didn't feel like other games where you had to defend him because if you weren't defending him, they were going to attack him and destroy it or whatever. It just felt like they were attacking you, and you had to live while he did that. Even though it said defend, I don't think that defending was ever part of it. I think it was just like survive, because if you don't, then you're dead. And well, that would be unfortunate for you. So, but like 2 of the missions were defend the dude while he does the thing, and it basically was just throwing a bunch of enemies at you, and I was like, okay, welcome to 2005 game design. May I take your order? Like, it was not impressive. And the controls feel floaty. I don't know if that's a thing, or if I'm using, or if it is a thing, if I'm describing it correctly, but everything, like, when I was trying to aim, it felt like the game was resisting. Like, it didn't want to do that. And, I don't know, it didn't feel, it doesn't feel right. Like, this game, it's not that, like, that moment that a new series should have. Like, I never had that moment where it's like, this is going to be huge, this is the best thing ever. Maybe, like, are we past the stage where people can come up with new shit? Like, has everything been done, and the only thing you can do is combine them? Like, it didn't have, like, Halo had that moment. COD 4 was that moment. Both Titanfall and Destiny, so far, to me, Titanfall, I think we could admit that that game is a failure. It might have sold well enough to be considered a success, but I don't think anyone would say from a game design perspective that that game succeeded, and it was any good, and should be recommended to anyone ever again. But, like, this game, like, it didn't do it. It doesn't do it. It's weird MMO thing with the whatever you're doing didn't feel fun. And, you know, I assume someone's going to tell me, well, you should play it with friends, or whatever. I think you can play with, like, 3 people for some of those missions, or something like that. But, like, you know, playing almost anything can be fun with friends. Just because you're with your friends. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Like, if I can't play it alone and have fun, it's probably bad. Like, that would be how I would say that. Like, you know, anything can be good with friends. I oftentimes do nothing with friends, and that's fun. So, to say that the game is good with friends is kind of not a good way of justifying a game. And I think that every game should justify why it exists. And Destiny, to me, at this moment, I know it's a beta, but there's a lot here so far. Like, it's not like they gave you one thing. It's not like a one map in one game mode and that's all they gave you. Like, I played those single-player missions to start and whatever. And it, to me, has not justified why it exists. Like, there are games that could exist, and there are games that need to exist, deserve to exist, have given their reason as to why they're a thing. And this did not give me why it's a thing. Like, you know, COD 4, its, like, perks and kill streaks justified why it needed to exist. There was a ton of fun and new stuff that was happening there that justified why that game existed. Halo just bringing, like, multiplayer shooters to console, that's why it existed. That it justified its existence. Everyone got why it was there. But, like, this game feels like an unnecessary sequel, almost. It's not a sequel. It's its first game, which is why it feels weird. It feels like they made another one of something, and I don't know what it was. Like, I guess it's kind of like a combination of everything. Like, it's a weird Halo that met Call of Duty, that had Titanfall, and they made a child. It is not a good child, and I don't like the child, and it has ugly face, and it's not fun. It's an annoying child that's just there, and you didn't want him. He's like the third kid. Like, you wanted to have one more kid, and you ended up with twins. Like, that's what this game seems like. Like, we wanted one, and we got two, and now we have three, and we only have 2 bedrooms for them, so now they have to share a room, and now this annoying extra kid is just here, and he's taking up space. Like, I don't know. It's not giving me that thing. It's missing the thing, and I don't know what the thing is, but it's a thing, and you know when it's there, and when it's not there, you know. And, like, I was playing Infamous Second Son this week, and I never was really into the first 2 Infamous games, but I got them both due to... One was PlayStation Plus, and the other one I think was like... When Sony got hacked and whatnot, they gave us a game, and I think it was one of those 2 games. I don't know which one it was, but... So I've played a bit of them. I've never finished either one of them, but I played, like, probably halfway through each. And, you know, it was kind of fun. It was whatever. Second Son, I was playing it, and at one point you get... I don't know, you might get more powers later, but... At one point you go from smoke powers to, like, the neon sign power. And at that moment, I was like, this game shouldn't exist. Like, it doesn't... It can exist, and people will buy it, and it will sell, but it shouldn't. Like, at this point, they're just throwing shit out there because you can. Like, you could come up with a bunch of powers. You could have the power of rocks, which is kind of in there. Like, you could have the power of sand. You could have the power of anything, but all the powers are, like you do the same thing almost, and it just... It didn't need to exist. It didn't justify its place on this planet. I think God of War has also fallen into that, where, like, the last God of War game, I think it was Ascension? Was that God of War? Pretty sure that was the God of War. But, like, it didn't need to exist. Like, it was there because it could be, but it didn't need to. The Gears of War after Gears of War 3 that I think nobody played. Why did that exist? Because it could, it had a fan base, but it shouldn't. And that's why this game, it feels... It doesn't justify why it exists as a new series, and it feels like a sequel to something I already did. And it feels like a bad sequel. It feels like a sequel that lost its mind, which I guess is like Titanfall's thing. Titanfall also kind of... It felt like a sequel to Modern Warfare 2, where it lost everything that I liked about Modern Warfare 2, added a couple things I didn't like, and the rest of it is just blah. Like, I don't know. Please tell me what I'm missing. Maybe I have to play more, and then that'll open up the fun part or something. And I know that sounded negative, but I haven't been negative in a while. That was my first negative video in a really long time. And I used to be Captain Negative, and people used to subscribe for that shit. Mostly just to yell at me, but they did. So, thank you for watching. Destiny Beta is available if you pre-order. It's out on PS4 now, next week on Xbox. I'll see you later.